Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. So the excitement builds. Today's the day the Stones released their second single from Hackney Diamonds. It's Sweet Sounds of Heaven. Great artwork. Yeah, this is from my low-quality printer. It's not a physical release yet, but I just wanted to show you something. So this is the song. A lot of people have been talking about it because Stevie Wonder plays piano on it and keyboards, and Lady Gaga does vocals on it. And it came out today. Wow. Wow, I am blown away. I've been a Stones fan for over 50 years, you know that, and my huge collection. I've never seen them roll out an album like this. Clearly, Mick knows they're onto something really special with this album, and so far they've proven it to me. Per my previous video, I Love Angry, thought the video was amazing. I think the song is great. It's the most killer Stones single in a long time, maybe even Start Me Up, although I was a huge fan of Living in a Ghost Town. And Sweet Sounds of Heaven is the quote-unquote second single. It's a really uncommercial track, Back in the days of singles, it really wouldn't be a quote-unquote single. I think they released this obviously because of Lady Gaga. They're really trying to build the publicity so they have a huge hit album, which I hope they get because they definitely deserve it. I think that's the thinking behind that. With that said, I think it's an incredible track. So let's talk about Sweet Sounds of Heaven. I've only heard it like 5 times, and you could sense my excitement. It's 7 minutes, 23 seconds. There is a shorter edit, but I would never listen to that. You got to go with the full track. People saying it's kind of got an Exile feel. Not really. I think what they're talking about is, it's got that gospel soul bluesy sound, which I have on things like Shine a Light and Let It Loose. And, of course, I got the blues on Sticky Fingers, maybe even a little Candles Get What You Want because of the choir and what happens with Gaga on this song. But it's really it's just an amazing bluesy gospel soulful track. It's long, it's slow. It's a slow burn. Starts off with Stevie Wonder playing this bluesy, soulful piano. There's some really tasty, faint almost guitar licks that come in and not clear. They're phased. Just a nice sound to it. Steve Jordan comes in with a really nice drum fill. And the band comes in with just good, bluesy, build-up groove that builds up after the verses. Now, the first verse is sung solely by Mick, which concerned me because I'm a huge Mick fan. I'm a huge Mick solo artist fan. I've done 2 full-length videos just on his solo career. But he can oversing over the last couple of decades. I think sometimes he tries to do more than he really should be doing. And there's a certain affectation and oversinging that takes away from a song. And, I use like Laugh I Nearly Died on Bigger Bang as an example of that. The great thing is Andrew Watt is a hero on this album. And I think him and Mick obviously have a great working relationship because Andrew Watt has reined that in a little bit. That first verse, there are points where I'm like, Mick's going to overdo it. He's going to overdo it and go beyond what he should be doing in my feeling. But Andrew Watt kind of reined him in. And so Mick's voice is great. He's really done a wonderful job taking care of his voice. He still sings. It's a miracle for an 80-year-old guy. And he's right on that cusp of overdoing it, but he's not. The music builds up really well into the choruses. You get to the second verse. Now you get Lady Gaga coming in. She's kind of harmonizing. She's kind of adding accents to it. And now the song is going into a whole nother level, baby. I am not a Lady Gaga fan. I only know A Star Is Born had that soundtrack, was a great movie, and I thought she was great in that movie. But boy, does she got pipes. And I'm getting chills right now. She takes that song to another level in that second verse, and then it just builds up, and the production is great. It's just like this miasma of sound, man. I don't know exactly what it is. You got horns, you got the keyboard, you got the guitars, the bass. The drums are really strong. Mick Jagger said this is a new era of the Rolling Stones, and it is. Steve Jordan does not sound like Charlie Watts, but that's okay. It's a new era. He sounds great on this. His drums are very full. They're mic'd really well. When Steve Jordan played on Keith's Cross-Eyed Heart album, it was a terrible drum sound. Not on this, and not on Angry. His drums are full force, and that's a positive. After that bridge builds up in the song, you get chills again, just like I got chills at the end of Angry. It goes into like the 4:30 mark. There's a different kind of musical pattern. I think it's the bass that kicks in. It just builds it up more and more, and that sound just explodes. And then around the 5:20 mark, the song ends, and you're like, wow, that's a powerful tune. But then they do something that's amazing. Angry the best part of Angry was the ending. It just takes off to another level. I don't know if that's Andrew Watt's influence, where the band just soared. Well, at the 5:20 mark on this song, the song's over. You hear like Lady Gaga giggle. You hear some studio chatter. Love that. You hear Mick. And then it comes back in. The keyboards come back in. The drums come back in. And they do an amazing thing. They flip it. Lady Gaga becomes like the lead singer. And Mick starts harmonizing with her. I'm getting chills describing it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who's singing the oh, yeahs? I don't know, because Mick is doing it in like that falsetto. Gaga's doing it. They're going back and forth. This thing is building up to an orgasmic climax. This is a musical orgasmic climax of live music, and it's extraordinary. This is the kind of performance that should be on the Grammy Awards. Maybe they'll get it there. The Kennedy Center. It's the kind of performance that would get a standing ovation. It's that powerful. And just like Angry, the best part of the song is the ending. The best part of this song is from that 5:20 mark to the 7:23 mark. Oh my God. And with all, no offense to the Stones, because it's Mick's song and he's great on it and the band's great on it, but the heroes on this is the producer, Andrew Watt, Mick Jagger, and Lady Gaga. Without Lady Gaga on this song would not be anywhere near as powerful as it is. It's a home run. Now, the question is the song itself. Is it a great song or is it a great production and great performance? It's an amazing performance. It's an amazing production. As far as the song goes, does it stand up to songs that they're comparing it to, like Shine a Light, Let It Blues, even I Got the Blues, You Can't Always Get What You Want, Give Me Shelter. It's not at that level as a song. But as a production and a performance, it's incredible. So there's my thoughts on it. Is it a single? I think, again, they released it as a single to keep this motor running, so when the album comes in, it'll explode. And the album's not coming out for another 3 weeks. I hope they can keep this thing going so this album sells a lot. It really deserves it. I got to tell you, I never heard of Andrew Watt before this album. He stands to be the best Stones producer since Jimmy Miller, and that's really saying something. Because 2 songs so far, both of them, I am like, woo! Wow. So I can't wait to hear the rest of the album. Let me know what you think of Sweet Sounds of Heaven, the Rolling Stones' second release song from Hackney Diamonds. Yeah. We're on to something special. Let's hope the Stones album is a huge hit. They really deserve it. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe, please. Check out my other videos. There's a whole playlist of Rolling Stones type videos, so you may enjoy that. Let me know what you think. As I always say, as I'm recovering from my short illness, stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Alan Rosenberg Show.